Hey, welcome back reefers, this is Lee, and today we're going to do a quick video update on beating algae in my reef tank, and this may help you battling some of these problems as well. Now, so first off, this tank's running for around 4 years in December, and it's had its ups and downs due to the fact that I started with dry rock and dry sand. Now, I did have add bacteria in a bottle, and that probably helped a bit, but I didn't add any soft corals at the beginning with some base rock on them, so it would have helped with bacteria colonies and things like that. So that was my first mistake, and then obviously from there adding a lot of coral and feeding a lot of reef roids, AB plus, and really having them too many nutrients in the system before everything else could catch up. So that's the first mistakes that I made, and happy to say that looking at the tank now, it's on the up and up. So it's taken me quite a while to understand reefing and kind of algae, how it works. So first thing is check your lights. Obviously, if you've got a par meter, that's the best thing to do. But I'm just really running LPS in here. There's a few SPS, but mainly LPS, and they don't really need, as far as I'm aware, especially gonnies and alves, which I love. They're my main source of corals. So they like low light, and I've been reading quite a lot on these. So I'm running at 60% on my Reef LED Red Sea 90s, which are at 60%. For around 5 hours, and then the rest of the photo period is low 35%. In total, it's around 9 hours, so I'm running a bit under. And the main white lights are running around 15%, 5 hours, and the rest is turned down to the 9-hour period. So that's fine. That's what I'm running on my lights. Flow is running 50% on the Red Sea Reef Wave. Let's just dive into what's been going on. So since day one, I've had algae, and really it's just got worse and worse. Had red cyano, my nitrites were 0, phosphates were 0, but I had algae, so phosphate reading was incorrect. And had a bunch of other issues in the tank, so I sent off for an ICP test. There's plenty out there, but I believe I used, I think it was Reef Factory. Yep, Reef Factory. And sent me an update on my Reef Factory app, which I'm using for the temperature controller. So I've got that set up. And I had a bunch of problems in here that was low on iodine and some other chemical imbalances, high aluminium and some other things. So it was indicating that certain things were out of whack. I needed to basically dose those elements from a bottle, which I'm doing. Won't really go into too much of that. Some of those elements, I'll just grab the bottle and show you. Some of those elements, as I said, were coming off at iodine and trace elements. So I'm dosing this product here once a week, and I'll do an ICP test soon to see if this has boosted the levels of them, because they were really low. Now, I had aluminium and some other things going on, which indicated rusting kind of metals, maybe magnets. And so I went through the tank, took out the magnet cleaner. It was getting on for 4 years, and didn't need to be left in there. Apparently, I didn't know you're not meant to leave them in there all the time, so mine was left in there. The clownfish were hosting it, which was very odd. So I've taken that out now, and that's good. Another magnet was a magnet for the auto top off. Taken that out and put it on the dry side instead of the baffle. So that should help just in case. And taken an old pump out that basically didn't need to be run anymore for a reactor, because I'm running the Red Sea Reef Mat, which has the carbon tray underneath, so I don't need to run that extra power, and plus just in case that was corroding in there and stuff like that. All the other pumps are new on this system, so shouldn't be anything else in here, and I've not dropped anything in here, so we should be good to go. So I'll be sharing those updates for the ICP test and comparing them with what's gone on here. So in a nutshell, what I've done is I've stopped feeding so much nutrients to the system, as in AB+, reef-roids, I don't use that anymore. Maybe I was using too much or too thick, so on. Turn the light schedule down, vacuum in the sand bed every 3 or 4 days, doing water changes every week to 10 days. And on top of that, the main thing I found that helped with algae is a cleanup crew. Now, I wasn't a big fan of cleanup crew. I've always had like maybe one crab, or just for kind of walking around to see something different in the tank. But I got some tuxedo urchins. I got 2, in fact. The first one was doing an incredible job that I just thought, well, I've got a lot of algae in this system. Let's bring another one in, which is great. As long as they've got enough food source. Once I start completely running out, I will give one of them up or both to a aquarium store. So that's that. They're really cheap. They're reef safe. And let's just see if we can see any. At the moment, we're running a lens on this system, just so you can see the tank a little bit better. Just trying to find one of the where are they now? The tuxedos. Oh, there we go. So that's a tuxedo at the back there. They carry all little bits of sand and stuff with them. He's cleaning the back of the glass for me, so I try not to clean the bottom of the glass. I just leave enough algae there growing for him as well. But there's 2 in here somewhere, and they're doing a great job. The other ones is you can get a couple of crabs in this corner here. I've got a bunch of these snails. They are turbo snails, not the giant ones. I think they're called Astraea or something like this. I had 3 in here, and they pretty much cleaned up the entire tank. I've thrown another 2 in just for good measure, just in case a couple die. And I don't know if you can see this. There's the algae. See it? It's like dark brown green, kind of like long hair algae. And underneath it, see, there's a snail, and he is going to town. So these snails are probably the best thing I've ever seen clean up a tank. The other thing I did was some of these rocks were positioned in a way where nothing can get underneath them to clean. So I've levitated this one up, and I've also moved this rock back more because all under here, I don't know if you can see this, it's all growing underneath. And so I've moved this rock up, and then this has been moved up a little bit more as well. If we come around here, so you can kind of see some algae underneath, and there's another snail. So basically they are going to town, and my advice is to check your lighting schedule. If you've got SPS, then be wary of that. You don't want to change anything suddenly, and just leave your lights alone once you've set them. Good maintenance, but a cleanup crew such as the snails and tuxedo urchins really do a great job on cleaning up your reef tank. And they will go to town on those major algae issues that you had before that you thought you couldn't get rid of. Now going forward, I will be checking nitrates and phosphates. I've noticed that my phosphates are still reading 0, even though I don't have a lot of algae in here anymore. So I'm still testing, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be dosing that. I don't want to bottom out on nitrates and phosphates because of my coral, so I'll just see how they react. If they start taking their toll and retreat, like going back or losing their skeletons and things like this, or shriveling, and I'm not changing anything else, so I will just dose phosphates and nitrates, which I've got in a bottle. I've got a Halloween hermit here. They're very good as well, reef safe. He's going to town, so you can get a cleanup crew. You don't have to go crazy. I've got 5 snails, 2 urchins, and 1 crab, and that is doing a great job on this system now on my 260 litre Red Sea E260, which is 260 litres. And yeah, I'm really happy with it, guys. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe. We'll bring a new video and update soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.